So finally, I know I come off as sort of like a fiend when it comes to getting information and updates about the James Webb Telescope, man, but that might be what it is. That might be what it is. But anyway, man, we finally got something, that I kind of missed and I stumbled across. All right, and this is James Webb Telescope just detected something weird on Pluto. All right, so if you're new to the channel, man, hit that subscribe button and join the fam. All right, and we're gonna check this video out. Here we go.
Everything we thought we knew about Pluto, the planet beyond our solar system, has been completely changed by the recent outburst of extreme fluctuation. When scientists investigated Pluto, they discovered extraordinary features that had never been seen before in our solar system, contrary to earlier assumptions that it was an icy dwarf planet with little to no activity. It's incredible to think that we now have a better understanding of the planet than ever before. NASA has made recent James Webb images of planets in all their glory available, and they are absolutely brilliant, to put it simply. What unexpected finding did the James Webb Space Telescope make on Pluto? Is it a possible nexus for intergalactic activity? Join us as we investigate the startling new discovery on Pluto made by the James Webb Space Telescope, which changes everything. Pluto was previously thought to be the 9th and farthest planet from the Sun. The unusual world is located on the Kuiper Belt, a region beyond Neptune's orbit that is brimming with 1 trillion or more comets and tens of thousands of rocky ice planets, each more than 62 miles, 100 kilometers across. Pluto was demoted to dwarf planet status in 2006, therefore ending its status as a planet.
Is that politically correct? In the time of cancel culture, can you call it that type of planet? I don't even know these days. I don't know. I just hear that and automatically, I guess now we're being programmed to cringe when you hear that. You know what I mean? Never did I cringe before, but now that it's, I just popped him out. I'm sorry.
To dwarf planet status in 2006, therefore ending its status as a planet. This reclassification provoked discussion and disagreement among scientists and the general public. After discovering unusual irregularities in the orbits of Neptune and Uranus, American astronomer Percival Lowell hypothesized the existence of Pluto in 1905. Lowell reasoned that the orbits of these ice giants must be misaligned because of another object's gravity dragging on them. Lowell went on to estimate the location of the intriguing planet in 1915, but he died 15 years before it was discovered based on his and other astronomers' calculations. Clyde Tombaugh discovered Pluto at the Lowell Observatory in 1930. Pluto is so far away from Earth that little was known about the dwarf planet's size or surface conditions until 2015, when NASA's New Horizons space probe made a close flyby of Pluto. Pluto has a diameter of 1,473 miles, or 2,370 kilometers, which...
Does it give off like Saturn vibes to y'all? A little bit?
1,473 miles, or 2,370 kilometers, which is less than 1/5 the diameter of Earth and only about 2/3 the width of the Moon. Recent computer simulations, on the other hand, show how fortunate Pluto is to be in its current orbit, as the dwarf planet approaches a chaotic orbit that may perhaps destroy the beautiful world. In comparison to orbits of the other planets, the old 9th planet's orbit is exceptionally inclined and long. Pluto actually moves inside Neptune's orbit for the first 20 years of its 248-year journey around the Sun, due to azimuthal libration and latitude libration, two aspects of Pluto's orbit that prevent them from ever clashing. When Pluto crosses Neptune to orbit, it remains at least 90 degrees distant from Neptune, a phenomenon known as azimuthal libration. Latitude libration, on the other hand, ensures that Pluto remains far above both the plane of the solar system and Neptune or any other huge planets when it is closest to them. Takashi Ito of Japan's National Astronomical Observatory and Renu Malhotra of the University of Arizona's Lunar and Planetary Laboratory have expanded their knowledge of Pluto's survivability in this orbit. Scientists found that Neptune has the most impact on Pluto's azimuthal libration, because of the two planets' 3-to-2 orbital resonance, which states that Pluto orbits the Sun exactly twice for every 3 times Neptune orbits the Sun. However, the model implies that Neptune has little influence on Pluto's latitudinal libration. When you factor in Uranus's gravity though, things start to go haywire since Uranus acts to undermine both azimuthal and latitudinal limitations. Only these two planets might have caused Pluto's orbit to become erratic after tens or hundreds of millions of years, causing Pluto to either smash into Neptune or, more likely, be thrown out of the solar system entirely. Pluto is protected by Jupiter and, to a lesser extent, Saturn. Although Neptune and Uranus are farther distant from Pluto, their gravitational pull is powerful enough for them to still dominate. Jupiter alone has enough gravitational pull to keep Pluto in the same orbit for at least 5 billion years, which is how long the simulations were ran. The startling feature of this new research is the limited size of Pluto's zone of stability and how the dwarf planet's only chance alignment with the other planets in the solar system allows it to exist. A large heart-shaped region on Pluto's surface, informally known as Tombo Regio, is another distinguishing feature. More changes in the surface.
I was staring at that, and in my mind I'm thinking, okay, could that mean it once contained water, bodies of water or something like that? Maybe. The red areas, I was thinking more so volcanic activity, stuff like that.
Materials composition have been discovered as carbon monoxide ice has coated the left side of the area that resembles an ice cream cone within Pluto's heart. In commemoration of the planet's first man-made satellite, Sputnik, the New Horizons team refers to a very smooth section in the center left of Tombo Regio as the Sputnik Planum. This part of Pluto's surface has no craters left over from meteorite strikes, suggesting that it isn't more than 100 million years geologically, and geologic processes are likely actively sculpting and reshaping it. Black streaks a few kilometers long
so I was totally off. I was totally wrong. Okay.
And oriented in the same direction can also be detected on these frozen fields. The lines could be caused by powerful winds blowing across the dwarf planet's surface. Pluto's surface is one of the coldest places in the solar system, with temperatures ranging from -375 to -400 degrees Fahrenheit. When compared to prior Hubble Space Telescope images, Pluto appears to have become redder over time, presumably due to seasonal fluctuations. There is some indication that Pluto had a subterranean ocean, but this is still debatable. Pluto's past may have been influenced by the presence of subsurface water. For example, scientists observe.
Okay, maybe I was a little bit on to something, you know what I mean? Because I feel like all the information I ever knew about Pluto growing up was cold, small, and where it sat in the solar system. You know what I'm saying? That was it.
That the zone of Sputnik Planitia changed Pluto's orientation due to the high area's concentration of ice, which New Horizons calculated to be roughly 6 miles thick, 10 kilometers thick. However, after evaluating less likely possibilities, the researchers concluded that a subterranean ocean is the best fit for the observations, despite the fact that a thicker ice covering or changes in the rock could be to blame for the shift. Recent research is examining images of a location with 2 enormous mounds that experts believe are ice volcanoes. According to the study's findings, the surface surrounding these mounds was most likely formed by relatively recent activity of ice volcanoes or cryovolcanoes. The discovery implies that liquid water or something similar is still flowing or has recently flowed beneath Pluto's surface, and that these volcanoes are still active. Furthermore, recent activity indicates that Pluto's interior is likely to be warmer than originally anticipated. Given previous recent discoveries, the scientists believe their results could raise the chance of life beneath Pluto's surface. The researchers analysed images of a region dominated by the Wright Mons and Piccard Mons, 2 sizable mounds believed to be cryovolcanoes. In comparison to Piccard Mons, which is around 4 miles or 7 kilometers high and 150 miles, 250 kilometers wide, Wright Mons is about 2.5 to 3 miles, 4 to 5 kilometers high, and 90 miles, 150 kilometers wide. Incredibly deep depressions are present on the peaks of the suspected ice volcanoes. The topography also has a unique lumpy or hummocky appearance in some spots made up of undulating spherical mounts, and the Right Mons depression is almost as deep as the mound itself. According to the experts, these two enormous mounds may have grown over time as a result of the accumulation of smaller ice volcano-generated mounds. There are no other areas on Pluto that look like this region, says Kelsey Singer, a planetary scientist at the Southwest Research Institute in Boulder, Colorado, and it's totally unique in the solar system. This area of Pluto has fewer or no impact craters than other areas, implying that the surface was formed relatively recently in geological time. The lack of craters means that the region was just 1 or 2 billion years old, with certain areas maybe as young as 200 million years. Because Pluto has a considerable amount of its surface covered in ice, cryovolcanoes are similar to volcanoes on Earth in certain ways. Because its temperatures are far lower than the freezing point of water, liquid water or something comparable that is at least somewhat fluid or mobile would behave similarly to magma on Earth, rising to the surface after an eruption and solidifying or freezing. It's most likely not totally liquid. It's probably more like a slushy mix of liquid and ice, and it could even be more like a flowing solid.
And see, this is how we feel about things in Antarctica. You know what I mean? That stuff is up under there, but all that ice is keeping it at bay.
Singer stated that it may be more like a ketchup or silly putty, or it could be more solid ice that can still flow. We all know that ice can flow since glaciers exist on Earth, she explained. Pluto's cryovolcanic activity is likely powered by radiogenic heat generated by the breakdown of radioactive materials in the dwarf planet's interior, despite the fact that scientists do not fully understand how it works. Pluto lacks plate tectonics, the complex system of moving continental crust that supports Earth's geologic activity. A similar occurrence, though, is one of the sources of heat in the Earth's interior. Scientists use the phrase general tectonics to explain geologic activity like that on Pluto, which may still produce characteristics like faults in rock, but lacks tectonic plates. Earth's shield volcanoes, which are low-profile volcanoes generated by the slow accumulation of lava flows into rounded structures, have some traits with Pluto's cryovolcanoes. Instead of thinking of Mount St. Helens or Vesuvius, picture the volcanoes of the Hawaiian Islands. But unlike what researchers think happened on Pluto, shield volcanoes frequently pop up from highly liquid lava. When a newly erupted volcano collapses into the space left by all the debris spewed forth, it forms a caldera, which is a depression in the center of several volcanoes on Earth and other planets. Despite the fact that Mauna Loa, a shield volcano in Hawaii, is one of the largest volcanoes on the planet with a pretty small caldera, the two structures are...
That view is so terrifying to me, bro. Just look at that. And you kind of want to just, you know, like I'm the type of person to be like, man, I don't even want to make noise riding past it. That's how much I want to let a sleeping giant lay. You get what I'm saying? Like that just, because at any moment, that thing right there can do damage.
Is one of the largest volcanoes on the planet with a pretty small caldera. The two structures are similar in volume because the depression on Right Mons is so deep that the volcano would have had to lose nearly half of its volume to be similar in shape. Given recent studies that implies Pluto was hot when it first formed and may still have a liquid ocean under its icy surface, there is still a lot that is unknown about these formations, their development, and Pluto's cryovolcanism. The discovery of liquid water under Pluto's surface raises the possibility of life on Pluto from nearly non-existent to slightly more feasible, and scientists are eager to learn more about our own planet as well as those outside our solar system. Furthermore, some other NASA solar system missions are greatly aided by Webb's unprecedented advancements in sensitivity and resolution data at multiple wavelengths, and from many sources can assist us in developing a more detailed picture of Pluto. Tell us what you think in the comments below.
Like we need something that can kind of give us like
Beyond,
I don't know, like some X-ray into the planet, into that planet, like Pluto or even our own, and just see straight through, man. I know we ain't got that technology capable, but that would be nice because there's so much above ground information as as well as sub, you know what I mean, that can give us a lot of information, like possible water up underground for Pluto. You know what I mean? And then, like I said, that stuff tells us so much more about our planet. So, you know, if we want to advance, we gotta look at others and see, you know what I mean, where they're at in the solar system, how long they've been around, what they went through, and it can kind of give us some clues as to, you know, what Earth may be facing. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense to you. But this is some helpful information, man. So y'all get at me in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about this. And what did you guys grow up learning about Pluto? Put it in the comment section. It's your boy L. Till next one, I'm gone. Peace.